always say not to stray from the trail in the woods. But what happens when what's outside of it calls your name? The staircase in the woods isn't just a horror story, it's an invitation to explore the unknown, to cross the line between reality and impossibility. In this video, you'll follow a chilling account of disappearances, entities that defy human logic, and the fate of those who dared to climb steps that should never have been there. If you're looking for true suspense, dark monsters, and blood-curdling revelations, get ready for an engaging narrative that will make you look at any staircase differently, especially if it's in the middle of nowhere. Take a deep breath, because once you start, there's no turning back. It was late fall when 5 friends decided to explore a forest on the outskirts of a forgotten village. They were between 17 and 22 years old, curious, adventurous, and fans of mysteries and conspiracies. They had heard rumors about a disused trail that no one had walked in years, not because of natural danger, but because of fear. According to old residents, there was a presence there that haunted silently, lured them with invisible promises, and disappeared with its victims without leaving a trace. But the young people, like many others, thought it was just folklore. They took backpacks, flashlights, cameras, and cell phones. They were going to document the adventure. But after just 2 kilometers of the trail, everything began to change. The air seemed heavier, the leaves quieter. And then, in the middle of the vegetation, they saw it. A staircase. Tall. White. With old wooden steps, but without any dirt. It was there, isolated, without support, leading to nowhere. It seemed to have come from a house that no longer existed. No explanation. No context. It was as if it had been placed there by someone, or something, with a purpose that no one understood. They took pictures, made jokes, but none of them had the courage to climb it. Except Jonas. The most skeptical. The bravest. He climbed it. 1, 2, 3, until the last step. And then it disappeared. Without a scream. Without a sound. It just vanished. The friend screamed, searched, but he was not up, nor down, nor anywhere. Despair took over. They ran back to the entrance of the trail, but there was no entrance anymore. Everything had changed. The forest was different now. The trees seemed denser, the paths no longer led to any familiar place. It was as if they had crossed an invisible threshold into a parallel, distorted world. Compasses spun non-stop, cell phones lost signal, and flashlights began to fail. And at night, the whispers began. Voices that imitated Jonah, calling one by one to return to the ladder. They tried to resist, but the sounds became more real, closer, almost as if they were inside their heads. Then another disappeared, and another, until only Clara remained, the most introspective of the group. And it was through her eyes that we learned the true horror. Clara began to record everything in her notebook, the only thing that seemed to resist time and darkness. She began to notice patterns. The ladder would appear in different places whenever someone was alone or emotionally shaken. She believed that it was a portal, not just physical, but psychological. The ladder was an invitation into madness. And the creatures that emerged, shadows with multiple eyes and non-human movements, were not typical monsters. They were fragments of the mind, distortions created from each person's deepest fear. Clara understood too late. The forest was alive. The ladder was its hook. And the young people, its perfect bait. Clara was the only one found, days later, catatonic, holding the notebook. She never spoke again. But the contents of the diary fell into the hands of an investigator, and the reports matched dozens of unsolved disappearances in the same forest since the 1960s. Patterns of ladders appearing in the middle of nowhere, reports of voices, and unexplained geographical changes. Since then, The area has been closed by the authorities, claiming a risk of landslides, but those who know the truth speak of something else. Something that breathes in the silence, that feeds on human curiosity and our need to explore the forbidden.